The greatest leaders step back and say, my role is to develop others. My role is to, yes, get results, but not by myself, with and through others. And it's easy to talk about, it's hard to do. The people who are most successful at it, whether they've been a leader for one day or for 20 years, they remind themselves of this every morning. They get up and they remember, my number one goal is to get the results with and through others. How am I doing that? Am I developing Susan? Am I developing Joe? Am I stepping back? Do I have the patience? Am I letting them stumble and fall? And maybe I don't even know that they're doing it wrong. I don't know everything, but do we have the patience to help develop others?
So the first material is about goals. Goals are a specific and measurable target or objective that individuals, organization, or a group set to achieve over a defined period. They provide a clear sense of direction and purpose, guiding effort toward a desired outcome. Goals help in motivating and focusing effort, and they can be a short-term or a long-term, depending on the context. Effective goal setting typically involves making goals specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound to enhance clarity and success in reaching them. Setting or making a goals. There are 4 aspects when we want to setting or making a goals. That is, first, goals should be specific and observable. These are goals that are clearly defined and can be measured or observed, leaving no ambiguity about what you want to achieve. Second, goals can be attainable but challenging. These goals are realistic and achievable, but they also push you to strive and work hard to reach them, striking a balance between feasibility and difficulty. Third, goals could require commitment. This means that achieving your goals demand dedication, persistence, and willingness to invest in time and effort to make them a reality. Fourth, goals require a feedback. Feedback is essential for goals because it helps you to track your progress, makes necessary adjustment, and stay on the right path toward your objective. Providing a constructive feedback. Constructive feedback is about sharing information regarding a person's behavior, whether it's related to their work or interpersonal interaction. It is important for performance and development not only for subordinate, but also peers for leaders. Effective feedback promotes growth and boosts morale. To provide a good feedback, you need a clear purpose, choose the right time and method, using appropriate nonverbal cues, and be somewhat assertive, even when addressing performance or behavior issues. Although accurate and frequent feedback is necessary, there are several other aspects of feedback that everyone can work on to improve their feedback skill, including making sure it's helpful, being specific, being descriptive, being timely, being flexible, giving both positive and negative feedback, and avoiding blame and embarrassment when giving a feedback.
Team building for work teams. It doesn't make sense to hold teams responsible for work if nothing else in the organizational environment change. Team building interventions at the team level may help team members understand why they are having so much difficulty in achieving team objective and even suggest coping strategies for intolerable situations. To better understand the importance of looking at teams this way, let us an example of this kind of erroneous thinking from a different context. Team building interventions. Organizations do not seem willing to create the conditions necessary for teamwork to occur naturally. But when the team struggle in a hostile environment, as they consistently will, the leaders seem willing to pour massive amount of money into team building intervention to fix the problem. These types of team building problems are those we would categorize as top-down. This is best illustrated in the rationale for team use patent top types of team building. In our work with organizations, we are frequently asked to help teams that are struggling. We would place this request at team level, which is the third platform up from the bottom. We believe this type of interventions will work only if the team member have achieved a stable platform from which to work. In this case, that would include the 2 previous platforms. As a basis for any work at the team level, individual team members must first be comfortable with themselves. They must be able to answer the questions, what do I bring to the team? And what do I need from the team? When these questions have been answered, team members are in a position to begin dealing at the interpersonal level, where they may now comfortably ask, what do you bring to the team and what do you need from the team? To achieve the level of truth and understanding between team members. If the first and second level platforms are in place, a true team building interventions can be useful. What does a team building workshop involve? The first requirement involves awareness raising. Not all cultures are equally prepared or nurtured in the concept of teamwork. In fact, many of the lessons we think we have learned about teams are incorrect, so we need to dispel such myths and include a healthy dose of team-based research findings about how teams really work as a critical element of the workshop. Second, we need some diagnostic, instrument-based feedback so team members can have a reasonably valid map of where they and their teammates now are stand. Finally, each intervention must include a practice file if you are asking people to change their behavior in the way they interact to improve teamwork. It is only fair to give them a practice file upon which they can test their new behavior in a reasonably risk-free, protected environment. Building high-performance teams, the Rocket Model. The Rocket Model of team effectiveness serves both a guide and a tool for team development. It offers clear instruction to leaders on the steps they should follow to create high-performing teams. Additionally, it can be used to assess the issues that existing teams might be facing and help leaders identify the necessary actions to improve their performance. Research shows that the teams with the best results are usually those who report a high level of team functioning on all the components of the Rocket Model.
Coaching. Coaching is process of equipping people with the tools, knowledge, and opportunities they need to develop themselves and become more success. Step of coaching. First, forging a partnership. The first step in formal coaching involves establishing a relationship built on mutual trust and respect with a follower. Second, inspiring commitment. Conducting a gaps analysis. This step in the coaching process is similar to the gaps analysis and the gaps of the gaps analysis. The only difference is that these two analyses are now done from the coach perspective. Third, growing skills. Creating development and coaching plans. Once the coach development needs are identified and prioritized, coach will need to build development plans to overcome targeted needs. Fourth, promoting persistence. Helping followers stick to their plans. These steps in the coaching process is designed to help coaches manage the mundane. 5. Transferring skills. Creating a learning environment. To build bench strength, leaders need to create a learning environment so that personal development becomes an ongoing process rather than a one-time event. And the last one, concluding comment. Perhaps one of the greatest misperceptions of coaching and the primary reason why leaders state that they do not coach others is that it takes a lot of time. Delegating. Delegation is a relatively simple way for a leader to free themselves of the time-consuming chores, give followers developmental opportunities, and increase the number of tasks accomplished by the work group, team, or committee. Why delegating is important? First, delegation frees time for other activities. Leaders should focus on achieving goals through others rather than trying to do everything themselves. Second, delegation develops followers. Delegation significant tasks to subordinates supports their growth by providing opportunities for initiative, problem solving, innovation, and decision making. Less delegation strengthens the organization. Delegation not only develops the individual subordinates, but also strengthens the entire organization. It fosters a motivating work environment by signaling trust in subordinates and their development.
Case study. Skills versus experience. Skills and experience are two important aspects in the recruitment process. So many students are competing to fulfill these two aspects in preparation for applying work later. However, which one is more important between skills and experience? Well, both are important aspects. Adjust the skills and experience you have with the position you want. In many situations, a good mix of relevant skills and appropriate experience can make you a highly desirable candidate for an employer. Therefore, consider developing relevant skills along with increasing your experience to maximize your change in requirements. At the very least, when deciding to apply for a job, make sure you have the basic skills to make it easier for the human resource team to design training programs to improve the skills, knowledge, and competence of employees in the future. Summary: skills for developing others are the abilities and skills required to help others develop their potential, both in the workplace and in the context of personal development. Some of the required abilities include empathy, communication skills, mentor and role model, motivation, conflict management, and evaluation. Developing others is an important part of leadership and management roles. These skills help build strong teams, increase productivity, and create a positive and empowering work environment.